Hey everybody, you're watching Death Curse Society. That's why you can see me.
Rock and roll!
6 o'clock already, it was just in the middle of a dream. I was kissing Valentino by a crystal blue Italian stream. But I can't be late, cause then I guess I just won't get paid. These are the days when you wish your bed was already made. It's just another manic Monday. I wish it was Sunday, 'cause that's my fun day. My I don't have to run day. It's just another manic Monday. I wish it was Sunday, 'cause that's my fun day. It's just another manic Monday.
Woo!
What?
What? 25 years ago today, the DCS taught the band to play. What's going on, folks? Monday night, we are back on the air. You know what that means. It's Monday Maniacs with the Death Curse Society. I am Zigzag. We've got the Colonel, and we've got, of course, the Phase down there. Red Crank on assignment. I expect him back possibly next Monday. We'll
Very soon.
We'll see. We got to get him back here because Colonel will be on the way out soon, for God's sake.
I was wanting to announce that, but thank you.
You know, it's not like it's not an annual thing, you know?
I know.
Yeah. It's okay, though. You were the originator of the on assignment, you know?
I know.
So what's going on, man? How was the week, boys?
It was the week, man. Work. Some more work. Went and seen a movie that we're going to discuss tonight. And more work. I know I said it's not technically DCS sports season. But, dude, come on, man. What the fuck? Don't take a stick. Do something. You guys, I don't go any further than that. Zach knows what the fuck I'm talking about.
I do. I'm just like I'm seeing all this news come out about his beloved Cincinnati Bengals, and it's just they're letting everybody go. They're trying to, you know, I mean,
They're
it's
doing what they've historically done. Like, this is not the first time I've seen this.
They build a good team, and then they don't know what to do with it. They don't know how to keep. They can't pay everybody.
They're cheap.
Yeah.
They're cheap. Always have been, always will be. And it doesn't help that the Browns reset the market. I'm like,
They did, and you know Crosby over there in the Raiders, but and then look at the Lions today, dude. They go out and get DJ Reed from the Jets, dude. I'm after losing Davis the third, I'm kind of happy about this move, and they got him on the cheap. I don't know how this guy does it, man. Our GM. But, yeah, we don't need to kill everybody with the sports. We're already viewers and shit at this point. So, hi, folks. We are a horror show, not a sports show, if you didn't know this already. And
Indeed.
yeah,
but when you got two guys wearing a Bengals hat and a Lions hat every week,
Yeah.
you're trying to know.
I think I have Evil Dead on today. Yes.
Yep, Evil Dead.
He's got a fresh haircut, so, yeah. So hair's not holding up good, boys. I don't know what to tell you.
That happens to us all. Well,
Yeah, it's terrible. Tonight, as Colonel just mentioned, we
well,
are
we
going
didn't hear about Phases week.
I know, but I'm going to let him get to that. I was just like, you know. Go ahead, FaZe. Tell us what you did this week.
I mean, I don't know. It was just about the same as Colonel's, really. Just, you know, went and saw the movie and nothing else really happened. I'm just a standard week. I'm curious to know how you guys felt about this movie, though. 'Cause I have a feeling this is going to be
An interesting.
divided.
I think we can all agree on one thing. This was a crank as fuck movie.
Absolutely.
But that's not to mean it might not be a quality production. The movie in question, The Rule of Jenny Penn. And yeah, man, it's like the return of John Lithgow, Jeffrey Rush are the two leads, and they're both leads in this.
They're
And,
amazing in it too.
It's it's a tale, man. This is an interesting take. This is like a New Zealand product. You know what I mean? They shot this over there, and I think most of the crew and most of the cast, I think, it takes place in a New Zealand town. You know, they're big on the soccer and everything, so, or the rugby, whatever it is. But this wasn't, it's an interesting, I think this is going to be a good discussion. And of course, hopefully you went out and saw this as well, and you can get your 2 cents in as well. And we're absolutely interested to hear from you. Who? The final guys and girls, the DCS elite, the people who do what they do to help out the DCS. We are going to honor them right now. It's the final girls and guys: Christy, C-Phase, Lorena, BD, Alex, Robert, and Tyrone. Got my glasses on today. I can read. Our Crazy Ralph's Bell's Fancy Creations, Dr. Smiley, Raymond, and the whole damn Enchilada podcast. They had a good one on last week. Actually, Miguel Nunez Jr. showed up there, and I think they pretty much got a tour of the house, of his house. You know, it was absolute chaos. You know, kind of like what we ran into in New Mexico last. You know what I mean? It was that again, but he was great. He was really funny. You know, someone did the ooh baby, and he went, no, don't say that. Don't say that. Every time somebody said that, someone got to take a shit. You know, so he was definitely doing what he does. And of course, our camp counselors: Adam, Corey, Christy, Luke, Lou, Jimmy, and Rachel, Stacy, Orlando, Chuck, Dave, Carl, Patricia, Kristen, and JJ. Yes. You are the best. We love you. You're helping us out. It's Patreon without the middleman.
Indeed.
Directly to the source. Become a member and support the DCS yourself. Do your due diligence to help the show. At deathcursesociety.com, you can find all the tiers you just showed. Pick the one that suits your pocketbook or whatever it is your conveyance for carrying around monetary fun tickets, and that's how we'll get it done, okay? That's where you go. And, of course, the man of the hour, associate producer, C-Phase, in the house, doing the things, pushing the buttons, and bouncing in the chat room. If you get out of line in there, you're out of here, man. And there's nothing Colonel and I can say about it. This is the Phase special, okay? So
it's the easiest job ever, I'll tell you what.
So who's in the house tonight, Phase? What's going on?
We got lots of people in the house right now. Let's see. I'll just go from the top here. We've got Tyrone, of course, giving us the woo before I can even give the woo every week. Always beat me to it.
He's in there like first. It's always baffled me.
Got Lorena, Joshua, the Grizzly just made it home.
Nope.
Grandma Phase.
I'm sure it's what they looks like. That's what they said at the airport today. Nope.
The twins are here at the start this time because they just made it.
They're done. The season's over, I think. So maybe
a lot of people are congratulating the twins too. I didn't catch what they won, but congratulations, twins. On whatever it may be. Congratulations. Please tell us.
You've seen the movie Bring It On, right, Phase? With the cheerleading competition. It's essentially that's what they do. They do.
Oh, right. I know what they do. I just don't know what they have.
Were they placed and stuff? Gotcha.
Yeah.
Just in case, that's what I mean. I wasn't sure. I didn't get to my email before I got home from work, so I didn't know. But I'm sure they did well. I mean, they're like dominating everywhere they go. So, yes.
A lot of people agree the movie is crank as fuck, being Jenny Penn.
Yes, The Rule of Jenny Penn. John Lithgow.
Got Tarek in the house. Patricia. Rick from the whole damn enchilada. I don't know if I got to him.
Rick is in the house. Yes. He was as I said, they subjected themselves, they opened themselves fully to the chaos of Miguel Nunez Jr. And it was it was good though, man. It was absolutely. I mean, but that's kind of like why. First of all, we have to have something horror related to talk to him about because he doesn't, he loves talking Friday and Return of the Living Dead, but damn it, that's not what he wants to do. He wants to talk about new stuff and new projects, and we kind of got to have one that fits the bill before we can get him out here. But
Sure.
it may happen still. Who knows? He said he would. I mean,
He
clearly
needs his
does
own
it.
enchilada sauce to hawk on here. He's missing out on a huge opportunity.
The enchilada sauce?
Everybody else has a hot sauce. He needs to have an enchilada sauce.
True.
Just saying. Like,
I love enchiladas. I'd buy it.
Yeah, man.
I'd buy it and have him sign it and put it on the shelf. Like, boop.
Yep. You'd have to try it, get the full reaction. Why did
Dude,
they put this
with my
glass?
stomach, that's anything. It doesn't even need to be enchiladas.
Yeah.
Getting old sucks.
Used to put that's true. And
So I got two
sometimes
things.
those couple of days, man. It's no good here. The older you get. Speaking of getting old, big theme of this movie. I mean, that's what's
Oh God.
good about it. A lot of this movie too. It's just where the realm of it takes place is in a kind of a retirement home. Yeah.
Well, I've been having somebody patiently wait. So before we get too
Oh
far,
yes, of course. Are you kidding me? The rest of the world is waiting for this,
I know.
especially the twins.
I know.
Say hi to the twins, Sarge.
Hi,
Yes.
twins.
She exists.
There she is,
She's not just a cryptid. She's legit.
a figment of the
Cryptid.
And also, welcome to DCS
We got
/ Desker Society.
we got to hold it up so people can see.
What do we got here?
I don't know. I'll help you out, sweetheart.
You might need to.
Let me do you the.
There we go.
Oh, there it is.
All right. There you go. See, everybody can see your sign.
DCS.
My people have got like a week left to buy a T-shirt at a discount if it's in green.
Yes.
Yeah. One
That's
week
true.
left. And you members should have gotten this shirt right here.
Yes, they've been
Death
shipped.
Kiss Tour. I mean, heck, I'll just the tour. Oh, get out of here,
Let
Jenny
me get
Penn.
you- Hang on.
Jenny.
There you go.
Thanks
Oh,
for
look at
the-
her. Yeah, North American tour. You
4
can't really
years.
see it, but there's stars
6
everywhere
years.
where we've been. And the backside has like listed out all the spots that, well, where you guys have been. At least I've been to like maybe half of them.
Oh, it's all right that you're DCS, so the flag has been planted. So, and we plan another flag this coming weekend. We finally grace the home state of FaZe and a lot of the FaZe clan.
Yes,
Milwaukee.
they're finally gracing
Yes. We'll need a
Wisconsin.
new-
There it is, Wisconsin, baby.
We'll need a new star
Finally
on
coming.
the shirt. You
The
can add a
Milwaukee
star.
HorrorCon right there.
Yeah.
On the bottom corner there. March 14th to the 16th. That's this weekend because next week we will be recapping the convention.
It's interesting. I again, vendors and stuff. There'll be a fresh first look at a lot of vendors we've never seen before. I'm looking forward to that a lot. And
That'd be cool.
the roster's cool too, man. They got a nice. It's right where you want to be for that first one, Right, Sarge?
That's great.
All right.
Hey,
Well,
Bethany, you talk about pictures of the shirt. I could send those.
pictures of the shirt?
The movie, so you might want to say bye.
Yeah.
See, that's an exclusive, though. See, that's one of the perks for being a top tier member. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, every time Patricia sees Milwaukee, she thinks of Wayne's World, and I highlighted the wrong comment, but all
And
right.
the all-important 13th.
The all important 13th. One more lap around the sun. But no, let's see, where was that? Yes. Every time she sees the word Milwaukee, she thinks of Wayne's World. Of course.
Millie
Alice
Walker.
Cooper.
Yes, Alice Cooper, the Milwaukee. None of that's true, by the way. None of that's true. But yeah. Oh, but yeah. I can send it to you, Bethany. And yeah. So that's everybody currently.
Yeah, you want to say bye to everybody?
Yes, and then that's coming up. Morgan Crypt, we're working it out. We are officially booked. We've got the rooms booked. No turning back now.
Well, we got most of them. Yes.
Right.
Still got to do the.
I got mine. Now, whatever you do, that's on you, baby. You want to sleep in the hallway, we'll get you. Maybe we'll throw a couple.
I've got my
of
rooms. I'm talking about the other days that we got to fill in, but we'll
Oh,
worry
right,
about
right,
that later.
That's okay. We're gonna go back to the Sniper Hotel, I'm sure. Enjoy that again.
Yes.
Full police, New Mexico, Albuquerque
Oh
Police
my
Department
God.
presence in full riot gear. Sure, let's do it again.
Do it
Fantastic.
all Smiley.
Yeah,
Bye,
we good.
everybody.
Bye, Sarge.
Bye, Sarge.
Bye.
Good start.
All right.
And the Sarge, people.
And the sun.
Politely waiting her turn. I was like, just jump in. He's not going to shut up. Just jump in when he takes a breath. It's about timing. So
I'm saying she's getting a little jump on it now. Yes. So now we're going to get into the film, I suppose. We can do it, right? The Rule of Jenny Pin. And, I was going like, what is this again? And I read it. And I read the synopsis without, like, seeing who was in it. And I thought, oh, okay, we got some kind of situation where a guy goes to a rest home and there's going to be someone there doing some dark shit. So cool. Let's go see this. Looks cool. The doll, who knows? We got some kind of possessed doll or something. I don't know what's going on. So let's go see it and find out.
It's pretty much anticipation.
Anticipation. Here we go. Yes, the trailers. I did not see a trailer for this. A trailer never played for any of the films leading up to this week going to see this. So did not see any kind of trailer. And once I saw it was on our schedule, that's when I went and did some research and went, oh, okay. And I'll be honest, I went, not in a bad way, but I go, this is crank as fuck. And this is kind of, not that great of a fucking thing. 21 minutes. We're good, Colonel. And I just, my anticipation was very low for this one. And then I saw John Lithgow and Jeffrey Rush were the two stars. That brought me up to, mid-tier, midpoint at the 50%. Like, okay, this could be good because I haven't seen a good John Lithgow movie in years. I can't remember the last thing he did that I liked, so on that note, yes. Colonel?
yeah, I'm kind of like you. My anticipation was very low. First got word of this when we got an email from Shudder with a synopsis and the digital poster and all that. And honestly, I kind of forgot about it until we're like, oh, we're reviewing that next. Oh, that's that movie. Okay. Yeah, it sounded, at least by the synopsis, I was like, okay, sounds interesting. Again, you get the doll puppet. Thinking maybe something supernatural. I'm down. I like John Lithgow. He's a fine actor. Let's see what they have to offer. But that's all I did. I didn't do any research, watched no trailers. There's literally just that email from Shudder saying, hey, check this out. And that was it. It was nice. Finally, for once, I'm not like, oh, it wasn't ruined because we've seen the trailer a million times before we go to see it.
Yeah, I'm not quite as familiar with Lithgow and Jeffrey Rush, so that didn't quite up my hype for this. I had no idea what the. All I knew was it's a psychological horror and it's from New Zealand. That's it. I was hoping for something a little different. I was hoping for something, better than the mediocre, comedy / horrors that we've been kind of getting lately. I was hoping for something a little less goofy. Thankfully, this was at least that, but. That's all I'll say for now. Anticipation wasn't much because I didn't know what to think going in. I only saw the trailer once, and that was a while ago.
Okay, so I think now we're gonna say walking out.
Yep, initial thoughts coming out the theater.
Yes. Well.
This is where I'm interested. I kind of know where Phase is, just a little bit. We didn't go into that. So
I teased it a little bit before the show. I'm curious about you guys, though.
I think, due to my age, I could get into this movie, and where it was, just based on and I'll be completely full disclosure. I am dealing with a relative who had a stroke, who is having similar problems like Steven has in this movie. And that played into it a bit for me, you know what I mean? So I found myself, and then, you don't see many movies in this realm like this style of movie in this kind of realm. I mean, it's unique that way. And I think due to my age, I found myself going, fuck, 20 years. This is me. I'm, 25 years away from being this age. And who knows what's going to be, the world will be like then. So, all that was playing into it too. So, I mean, it's relatable to me in a way that way.
Sure.
So that I didn't hate it. No, it's not, it has some issues. It has problems. It does have some third act, big time problems in the third act. But it's not a bad flick, man. I was okay with this. It's okay. It wasn't a bad watch, I don't think. I don't have any idea what you two guys are going to say, but yeah, I didn't hate it. I'll say that. I thought the acting was brilliant. I'll stop there.
Sure.
All right, why don't you go ahead, Faye, since I'm second.
Well, coming out the theater, I'll just say I'm younger, so obviously I feel further away from the whole
Right.
nursing home thing. However, I've delivered pizzas to nursing homes and seen plenty of horrifying things, so I have plenty of horrifying feelings with nursing homes. I don't ever want to end up in one. I'd rather be shot before I ever get anywhere near that point in my life. That said, I was coming out of this really it's weird. It's difficult to describe. It's like I had the heebie-jeebies, like really badly throughout the whole film. And I love it when movies do that. I was really happy coming out of this, both because I was glad to be out of the uncomfortable feeling, and also that this movie was good enough to make me feel that way for the whole duration. Like, holy shit, it's been a long time since I felt that way from a movie, and it was really nice. It's really interesting. I was also glad to be off that seat because those seats were kind of fucked in that AMC theater. they were a little broken.
I got to
yes, those are my thoughts coming out the theater. What about you, Colonel?
I like foreign films. I'm not against films from New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my favorite trilogy was filmed in New Zealand by a New Zealand director. And
what is that?
The Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Oh, I'm fucking
Star Wars, man.
I should have realized.
Star Wars is not.
I always forget it was done in New Zealand. That's.
I heard some audience members end up being like 6 of us total. It was 3, including me, before the trailers first started. Kind of bitching about it, not knowing it was a foreign film. It's like, get cultured. You're fine. They speak English. No subtitles, surprisingly.
Well, the first guy that he goes out in the courtyard with and the cigarettes, that fucking guy, I was kind of like, the fuck did he just say? And then I once I adjusted a second, once he spoke again, I was like, okay, got it.
Yeah, but anyway, kind of back to what I was saying. I got sidetracked and everything. I was waiting for Return of the King to end because I had a piss, and there was it just did not end. I was like, oh my god, dude, I really got to piss. Let's go.
It is long.
And I was okay with that. My bladder was not. I was. I hate to say it. This one, I'm like, God, just fucking end already. Take me out of my misery. I've seen worse films, but I was very disappointed.
Wow.
And there's positives to it. And my overall score will probably shock people. It's not going to be as low as you think. I just have problems. I have phase moments where I'm like, okay, there's no reason that this shit should be happening. We all know nursing homes, daycare.
Oh, I know what you're getting into.
Yeah, it was a little, and I'm the one that says, just let it go. You have to disband in reality, enjoy the movie for what it was. There's no way majority of the shit in this film would have happened.
Yeah, I have to. I know what you're getting at there, and we'll get to that as we
Yes.
go through the movie.
So that was kind of a damper on the movie for me. And while the acting was phenomenal, honestly, if you want to see John Lithgow at his craziest, watch his season of Dexter when he plays Arthur Mitchell.
I've heard it's really good.
Way more demented. Like, he was still great, but that's Lithgow to his nuttiest, his best possible performance. Maybe it's my fault for, kind of casting that. Okay, let's see if he does it like this. And yeah, I just was underwhelmed.
Kind of accepted what it was as it was going, I mean, but see, there's a couple things they did that, you know what I mean, made me think, oh, okay, maybe we do have something happening here that's on the unexplainable side, but they don't really follow up on any of it,
No, it was just I'm like you. It's kind of, there has to be something unexplainable here, but everything was explainable. Like, I don't know. I went with low expectations. Maybe I thought I was getting something more.
Sure.
But honestly, it also kind of fell in par with these Shudder originals for the most part for me. Like, I don't know why I might have had higher hopes based on seeing, your top two stars. Like, oh, there's heavy fucking hitters. It was a Shudder movie, dude. Like, at the end of the day, it was a Shudder movie. We'll go further into that, though.
That's okay. Not all Shudder movies are bad, of course. They're mediocre,
no.
I guess we could say. But
they all kind of have the same feel. Some are better than others,
I get what you mean there. It's hard to describe, but you're right. You're right about that.
All right.
Well, should we get on to Act 1?
Let's get on to Act 1. And we have Judge Stephen on the bench. And he's got some child molester, it appears, trial happening. But he's starting to, like, he's having a stroke on the bench. And it's happening, and drops his pen. He can't really pick it up. And then, like, the victim's parents are thanking him, for him laying out. He lays out one sentence and he's going to lay out a couple of more. But then he starts, like, lecturing her about how it's her fault and something about hyenas. And it makes no fucking sense. But if you know someone that's had a stroke, it's absolutely on point. Because it's like, what the fuck is happening, right now? And so, like, he goes down, and basically we get right to it's a halfway house facility and a retirement home, if you will. But he's just going to it to rehab once he gets, back to normal. He's paying to be there himself, and for his treatment there to rehab and be taken care of. So, he's half paralyzed from the stroke, but prognosis is he'll be fully recovered if he just, does all his rehabs and everything. So he gets in and he's not amused with the routine he's got to stick to. He's in a wheelchair now. He's working out all the time. He's got someone bathing him all the time, and just, like his brain is still good. So he's much, much more intelligent than most of the people there. A lot of them have dementia and stuff like this. So it's just your typical retirement home. Faye, you talked about delivering pizzas to them. I've done that myself. Flowers too,
sure.
Same thing. And yes, I've seen. And the one thing that's always common when you go in there, and I'll stop and rap with anybody that engages me in there, because that might be all they have. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they light right the fuck up when you go walking. You just stop and give them a couple of minutes. Just, hey, how you doing? And what's going on today? And they got a story to tell you real quick. So, and that's fine. I mean, when you see this movie and there's one character there who, like, she keeps saying, like, oh yeah, just once Christmas comes, my family, they're gonna get me out of here, take me home. Just, it's just easier now for the holidays. They're gonna go and do their thing for the holidays, and it'll be easier to come back and get me. Then I'll go home. And then she's like, so what month is it? And Steven's kind of our judge, he's kind of he's prickly. He's real prickly. So
Yeah.
So he kind of says it's October. It's early October, just totally smashes her. You know what I mean? Just didn't like that either. It's kind of like, dude, but that's who he is. And it's important to spell out who he is. And fuck, you don't even see Lithgow. He's just kind of in the background there at first.
Yeah, he's just kind of there. He has a puppet though. He's out of all these, out of all these people in the nursing home, he's the one guy that has this puppet. Who's, you just think it's like a comfort tool for him. No, just a guy who needs to have the doll with him. You don't really think he's going to be a main character yet, unless you've seen the trailer and seen this doll and know that it's going to be a major point. But besides that, he's just in the background in the start, and it's cleverly done to where he's gradually brought to the forefront of the story.
And so Steven's getting rehab. They're like, all right, pick up the cup, use your bad hand, force it open, make it open those fingers. And he can't pick it up really. And Lithgow's watching TV, a show, and he's just, just obnoxiously laughing. And it's just driving the judge, Steven, insane. He's just looking over at this guy like, fuck, I wish he would just shut up. And this is the first time he kind of gaps out. Like, he just kind of goes, like, all of a sudden he wakes up and he's like in his own bed, like, whoa, how the hell did I get here? That kind of shit. And you start to realize that there is significant damage to his brain from the stroke. I mean, that's what it meant to me. I don't know. Colonel, what do you think?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, I definitely got that vibe. Act 1, they did a great job setting up the characters, minus, like Faye said, John Lithgow, because that was brilliant just to leave him so unsuspecting. Just, all right, he's another person with dementia, whatever, like most of the other residents. But, man, they did a really good job making you not like the judge.
Yeah.
You said prickish, I won't say dickish, better than all, I don't belong here, They did a really good job making me not really give a shit about this guy. I know that was their intention. Possibly. I had to have been. He was too much of a dick.
It made it easy for them to marginalize him just to, okay, just you're another squeaky wheel. Yeah, get in line.
Yeah, right.
We don't even hear you. I mean, the staff is all around there, but they almost never interact with the characters. It's interesting. And that's all part of it.
Yeah, the only one they interact with is the guy who kept randomly ringing the bell, and they just come over and take the bell.
Yeah, right. The guy, stop. Enough of the bell, please.
The bell's funny, too, because like a patient passes away, and the bell's ringing, and it's almost like they were ringing the 10 bells as they're bringing them out.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's just this fucking guy that's ringing the bell because that's what he does.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, But yeah, so he's, Steven's having a tough time acclimating. He just can't wait to get the fuck out of there, get back to the bench, get back to normal life, walk up his own stairs to his own apartment, all that good stuff, And
I'll say real quick, like the main thing with Steven, he doesn't want to socialize. He's being encouraged to socialize, but he doesn't want to be social. Like he even when he is conversating with people, he's very like you said, prickly. He's, as some people would describe, he's very good at turning lemonade back into lemons. And one good example.
He's a judge. He's superior to the common man. He's a judge. That's
exactly. Like one person's mentioning, like, oh, it's like her grandson plays rugby or something, and he's like, oh yeah, my main experiences with rugby players are fucking dealing with them. They're fucking
drug addicts,
rape charges,
rape charges, drug addicts, drug charges. Yeah, because one of the other tenants is a former rugby player, a former national.
Yeah, that's what it
hero
was. He's a
type.
former player. He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh yeah, boo, I fucking hate rugby players because
Yeah.
this is how I have to deal with them. You know, like it's like, cool, dude. Like, way to shit on the soup or whatever. You know, like goddamn.
Right. I get it. I mean, I understand again, man, this frustration of what's happening to you when you kind of know you're fucked up, but you can't really do anything about it. That's got to be a level of frustration. And believe me, the last year, it's something I've seen a lot. So, I mean, and I can relate to this, and
Sure.
just seeing that, and his is a bit different. His side effects are different, but I mean, still the same kind of thing. So basically, you know, Stevens alienated himself from most people. They're thinking, well, fuck him. They want to stay away from him too. And then one night he wakes up and there's David, John Lithgow, sitting in his room in the corner. And he wakes up, he looks over, he sees his roommate. That's the other thing he's pissed about, that he's got a roommate in this place. He's like, I did not arrange for this. I paid for a single room. And they're like, well, if you would have read your terms of your Medicare or whatever it was that they do there, you know, it's like it says all rooms are co-occupant. So
Yeah.
and he's
All rooms.
yes, he's being a Karen about it. So again, the staff has reason not to like this guy too. So so he wakes up, sees his roommates terrified, and then looks over and sees Lithgow sitting in the corner staring at him with this fucking doll on his hand. And as soon as he kind of, you know, focuses and snaps out of it, you know, Lithgow stands up and grabs his, you know, bathroom buddy, the little, you know, and you're in the hospital, you pee in the bottle, and just pours it all over him and walks out. So he's making a big stink. The staff shows up and bitches about it. And, you know, what the fuck, you know, I want to press charges. And they're just treating him like he wet himself. He did it himself. And they don't really believe him. They don't want to hear his ranting and raving. They don't want to bring David into it. You know what I mean? So
And he asked his roommate, like, hey, can you vouch for me?
Yeah.
You saw that, right? And he said, he just started fucking screaming all of a sudden. I don't know, man.
He wasn't in here.
I didn't see nobody else in here.
I don't know what he's going on about.
Yeah. The fucking asshole just didn't rat out the other guy, and we found out why later. And I think we're pretty much getting into Act 2 by now.
We're getting there, but this is your first glimpse of, like, why would that guy do that? Why would he not? I mean, clearly he don't like the fact that guy was in the room, clearly, but yet he's not going to say anything, you know. But I thought, okay, well, Steven was a big prick to him, so that's what it is. Yeah. But no, that's not what it is.
Well, that's what you assume it is, at least at first.
And then they clean him up. They fix his bed again, and pretty much they're done with him. They're completely irritated with Steven now. They don't want to hear his bullshit no more. He's now pretty much public enemy number one amongst the facility. Go ahead, FaZe.
Yeah, I mean, after that, I mean, I'm not even sure where it goes from there, like, specifically. Like,
well, this is when the gal that doesn't remember her family is coming to get her, the Christmas one, you know.
I remember that. Is that what happens next?
That's when she kind of says something to Steven, and then all of a sudden that's when David got doing what he was doing to shut her up, you know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if we want to spoil that like that, but
I don't know. I mean, how much are we going to spoil this thing?
Well, we've pretty much been talking it like it is. So.
Right.
Well, yeah, but we haven't like spoiled anything.
Specifically, right.
I mean, we're going to have to talk about some of the more impactful scenes that come up, which, I mean, going to have to spoil it.
Yeah. I mean, but again, this isn't anything. It's not like, wow, you know, nothing that's like that or anything. So, but Yeah, so you're kind of seeing David kind of is moving around and does what he wants when he wants, and nobody really checks him or does anything. He's just kind of the pit boss.
Yeah, I mean he acts, differently around the staff. Cause he'll just kind of shut up and like he'll stick his doll up in their face. They're like, "Oh yeah, hi Jenny, hi." But the doll's name is Jenny. I don't know if they established this at this point.
Jenny
But
Penn. Yeah,
that's who Jenny Penn is the doll. But it's like around everybody else is a douchebag, but around them he's the quiet guy who has to have the doll and just like doll, talk to Jenny.
Yeah, which there's something revealed leading into the third act that makes sense. You understand why he seems to get special treatment as well.
And again, that there too was something. When you get to like 50 years back, and he's fucking there, I was like, okay, they're setting up something really good here, with this.
But they didn't.
They didn't. I kind of a wasted opportunity. Did you go somewhere else with that? I went somewhere. I was like, this is going to be good.
Yeah, I literally, I'm with you. I went somewhere else. Like, oh shit! Spoiler alert. And we're jumping way ahead here.
Well, yeah, we're just, it's
just saying. Jumping ahead, spoiler alert. We find out that he used to be an employee of the same assisted living house, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
So I was like, ooh. Again, I guess I use it to explain what bugged me the most, but at the same time, it's like, no, which I'll.
It's satisfying, man. That wasn't a satisfying.
Not at all. Like
conclusion to that.
Deep answer. Like, yeah, look at this. I thought it led to more, and it didn't lead to fucking jack.
He was just there. He was just there, and then he got old, and he just stayed there.
He just
yeah.
So, and in that time, everybody knows him there, the whole staff. So they don't. He's absolutely invisible to them, unless he's stealing soup from from Iris sitting next to him at the, because she's catatonic pretty much. She's got her.
He got caught stealing soup once.
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh, David, if you want some more soup, we'll get you seconds, but don't steal Iris's soup." And he's just staring at her, and then as soon as the lady walks away, steals it again. So you see that. The whole main thread of this thing is bullies never die or go away. It could happen in any point of your life. And that's what the main focus of this film is. So he's just a big fucking bully. He's just, he's going to come and mess. And some of his bullying does cross the line into where it's not cool. You know what I mean? It's beyond like, because there's like it's almost like the kindergarten. Think of kindergarten, and then everyone grows up, matures, has life, but then at the end of life, you almost resort back to being kids again. It's the same kind of thing. It's the full circle thing, and they're treated like kids. They act like kids. They put on, they got a guy in there singing fucking folk songs at him and stuff, and they're dancing around like. It's sad, man. It is fucking sad. It's so sad. We're probably in Act 2 by now, too, by the way.
Yeah. Get that. Oh.
But, yes. So, I mean, so now Steven is like, okay, well, who the fuck is this guy? And he's got questions, so he starts like, he insults him at one point. He starts telling him, oh, what was it? Uncle touched you too much? Like, just kind of going through what he knows, what his experiences have taught him about what makes a guy like that. So, and, it looked like he struck a couple of nerves because he said, like, I'll see you again tonight, Lithgow as he walks away.
Mm-hmm.
And, he flings pudding in his eye like Steven does. And, of course, the staff all sees that, and they're all looking at Steven like, what a dick. But nobody acknowledged that he was just there absolutely threatening him,
Mm-hmm.
So Yeah, go ahead, FaZe.
I mean, they just give Steven all this shit for throwing the pudding in his face.
And Lithgow's like a great victim as he's getting the pudding wiped out of his eyes.
Hell yeah, he's like, you know, he's getting it all wiped off. You know, he's just so at this point, you pretty much realize, like, yep, this is a bullying story in a nursing home, and it makes you wonder where it's going to go from there.
Right. And this is where, you know, like that night again, here comes, like, first of all, like, everyone's got like a locked room with a card, but David can walk right in anywhere the fuck he wants. But that's already kind of, it's a stretch. I understand why, though. He's been there the whole time.
Right.
That's what bugs me.
When did the tech come, though, Colonel? That's what I want to know.
That's the problem with the tech. Like, they did not put this movie in a specific time period.
Right.
Until they had those fucking magnetic locks with the card.
Right. Those are.
He had a staff card. Oh, spoiler alert. So that's how he's able to get through these doors. But anybody has that keeps track. Anytime that badge is fucking used, say it has some kind of way to see when these doors are getting fucking open, not being like, oh, it's just, it's. I know it's like this in real life, but, you know, for like a country like New Zealand, in America, I understand. New Zealand, I thought their security would be a little bit better. Like, there's no cameras, there's no jack shit. They're not tracking.
Where are the cameras?
Yeah, no cameras. They're not tracking these doors when they're opening. They're not, oh, we lost this badge, let's deactivate it. They have records of these badges.
And
again, that's
to
the
jump
part
ahead
where
a little
I
bit.
cannot let go of reality. And like, this is what's bugging me about this movie the most.
I had to go through like 3 channels to get my security cards, dude, at the university back.
Oh God!
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. It's just.
I let that go, though. I let it go. I went with it anyway.
I couldn't. I honestly couldn't. Now, if they said this movie took place in like '92, they didn't have these stupid magnetic cards. Okay,
you're right. You can get away with it.
Yeah, but the
one
fact
that
that
really
you
bugged
have
me,
these, but you don't have security cameras, just totally took me out of the fucking. I can't. I'll be honest. It took me out of the movie. I just couldn't. Maybe if I wasn't so bored, I could have let that go and just enjoy the movie. But
right.
Go ahead, FaZe.
It's like, yeah, the lack of cameras was weird, but also the gate. I mean, jumping ahead a little bit, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The gate.
Let's fix this with a padlock and a chain. Like,
just
and
like,
in fact, this little lady, we won't go too far.
Right.
5 foot even at best. Like, come on. Like, and it didn't seem fishy. Like Zach says, like they're forgotten. They're just like, oh, okay, whatever. So it played into that point of the story. But I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, so far we had, I'm spoiling it a little bit. One resident catch himself on fire.
Oh my God. That was goofy.
That had nothing to do with anybody.
Nothing to do with nothing.
It just happened, and it was terrible because, as again, somebody who's half paralyzed and had to stand there and watch that, I would think that would be pretty horrible.
By the way, that guy who lit himself on fire, there's a cat roaming this place the whole time, which is another reason why I like this movie. But there's a cat roaming around. He's like, you better watch out for that cat. He knows when you're about to go. And then minutes later, he burns himself to death. But then
but
nothing
doesn't
else.
line
The
up,
cat just
though.
kind of wanders around.
The cat doesn't line up to every death, though, either.
That line didn't really matter in the long run. I don't know. The cat was just kind of there.
I knew
the cat was just a nursing home cat walking around.
Yeah,
living its best life. Like
I was like, "Hey, kitty!" every time, because that's me.
I knew when the cat showed up, that phase was automatically adding a point to the score. So.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. That's why they knew I'd be watching this and scoring it. So like they better put in some cat in there to get some phase score.
I blame this movie why Phase is saying he's going to catnap my fucking cat for him. Before we go live on there, so what the hell?
I've been making that joke for years.
I think they tried to use that cat representing having that sense when someone's about to go and
right.
That's
they
common.
could use that more.
That's common.
It's okay though.
It's
It'd be
okay.
different if it made sense, though. Well, I'm with FaZe. It kind of felt like a plot they're setting up.
Yeah.
They just never set it up. Like,
And
the cat was everywhere. Live or dead. The cat was just fucking wandering the halls, like I said, just living its best life, doing what it wanted to do. I mean, it was being a cat.
So Iris had kind of made the mistake, and she, unbeknownst to her, she doesn't know, she knows that her family's coming to get her after Christmas, but she's been here several years. She's pretty much gone with her dementia. So like she tells Steven that, "Whoa, David was here before I got here," and he's kind of like, "Huh, really?" And then he hears that, so he kind of catches her alone and says, "Hey, Iris, look, your family's out there." And the doll's going, "Oh my God, I see him." Yeah, he's got the doll going, "Look." And so she, "All right then, let's go. Yeah, let's go."
It's literally like midnight.
Yeah, it's late. It's very late.
Nobody around, just them two in the room.
There's like a
Nobody
fucking
anywhere.
marsh. There's this retirement home is in the middle of a swamp apparently.
They only have one person there on staff at night that just works the front desk.
Yeah,
There were two, but they just said the front desk.
Oh shit. Yeah, this is like the out in the outback and shit, and there's out in the middle of it is a retirement home. That's what's going on here.
And he walks her out to a gate.
Yes.
That has no alarm on it. No, nothing. He's able to just pop the fucker open and it tells her, "Look, they're out that way," and she just walks off. She's gone.
Wanders off, and that's that. And then
like what? And there's no nursing home on this fucking planet that is that easy to fucking escape. Are you kidding me? Like, give me a break.
So he watches her go, and then he turns around and goes back into the facility. He goes to open the door, and he uses his card, and it doesn't work. Keeps trying it, and he flips it over. He's got Iris's card, and somehow they got switched. Like she got his.
Well, you got to remember, he kept taking it. And she's like, "That's mine," and kept taking it back.
Yeah.
So
now he's got to run back out there, find where she went, and of course, spoiler alert, he finds her face down in a bog, some kind of murky, muddy water, And it's cold. It's the middle of the fucking night. She's 90 or whatever. So yeah, of course, it's not going to go well.
Right.
He finds the card and puts hers back in her pocket, and problem solved. And they never ever go back and find or ask or question.
That's true. They never. There's no scene of them realizing she's gone or finding her body. They just kind of forget about it.
The nice scene of the rising dawn, and her body laying.
Yeah, her body's just dead.
Yeah.
It was a panic though, because he started having. It reveals that he has asthma or something. He needs to use an inhaler to.
Yes.
Recover himself, because he was running all the way out there and had to.
Yeah. It was hauling ass.
My mom brings up a really good point, though. How is it we have so many silver alerts? I'm talking about the security of nurses' home in general. That's fair. They're not all great.
Yeah, and like I said, they're fixed. No one cared that she died.
No one cared.
No one missed her.
A padlock at the top of the gate, so you couldn't pull the fucking lever up to open it. Again, she's 5'0". Someone had opened it for her. She wasn't going to fucking reach it. Let's look at this fucking 6'6" motherfucker running around with a doll on his hand. No, it just. Again, repeating myself.
I'll tell you what, though.
The lack of security in this place just checked me out of the fucking movie. I know it's a movie and they can't have all this shit. It was just hard for me to let it go. That's all. The gate being the least of my problems. I'm like, okay, whatever. That one I kind of let go. But still.
Yeah.
It's. I don't know.
Before we get too far ahead, we got a comment from Joseph Scott here. This is not related. He's just saying hello. We haven't heard from him in a while.
Happy birthday, Joseph Scott.
He says, "Sorry, guys, for not turning in earlier. Celebrating another birthday and driving all over California right now. Revisited the Fog Lighthouse, of course. And now he's going to miss us again because the weekend he's going to be in Michigan. We're going to be in Milwaukee." Oh man, that's too bad.
Definitely always hook up with Joseph when he gets back to hometown, man.
Absolutely.
Well, have fun, be safe, get some good
That's right.
pictures in that lighthouse, dude.
Absolutely. Love it. I want to visit that someday.
We've seen the church, but we've not seen the lighthouse. It's about 4 hours away from there, I guess, from where we
Wow.
were. So it's way down the coast.
It's okay.
I would do something tells me that drive would be not so bad.
Smiley. There's so many silver alert because Ziggy keeps running amok. That's mean. That's just
funny.
mean.
That's funny.
I was just gonna say the doctor is in, but now I'll say the doctor.
Fuck you!
Oh man, that's rough.
All right, though, that's fine.
That's crazy. Anyway, so yeah,
Yes,
nobody acknowledges that. What was her name?
I think it's
Rita?
Iris or Joyce.
Iris. I think you're
One of
right.
the two, yeah.
She's barely acknowledged, which I think again is just highlighting how horrible this nursing home is, and how much they just don't care.
Yeah.
It was almost like it was ran by the Pickles parents from Rugrats.
Oh my god! Right? What the fuck?
No one just gave a shit.
Nobody cared. Those
Nobody
babies
cared.
got away with everything.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
I was like, "Where's Dee Dee Pickles at?" Like,
Where she had smoking weed in the back patio. Oh man, love that show growing up.
I love it, Zach. I don't have any idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
Oh, a lot of them probably don't know.
Oh,
But
shit.
man, did we get to the? Was it that night when what's his character? When Dave goes into the room again at night and he torments the roommate. Did that happen yet?
That's
Or is that
probably
after?
that's
I'm
what-
almost positive it did. Because I'm pretty sure he tortured the roommate. Oh, lick my asshole. You know.
Yeah, the whole Jenny Pan. It turns around. Now lick
he-
her asshole.
he comes in and says, "Who rules?"
Yeah,
And
who
the guy
rules?
just says, "Jenny Penn," and he says, "That's right."
That's
and
right.
He turns the puppet over, like on his wrist. He goes, "Now lick Jenny Penn's asshole."
Yep. And he licks the wrist. It's like,
Yeah. And then he proceeded like jerk him off or something. I don't know.
well,
Maybe he was
the
nut
hand
fat.
goes down to where the dick is. That's going. Yeah,
I
he's
think, yeah,
definitely.
I think he was being a bit more, you know what I'm saying? Probably be not so pleasurable. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Probably. I
terrible.
mean, the guy was exclaiming pain.
Looks like he was pounding him in the balls. Plus, he was leaning on his bad leg too the whole time.
Oh, that's true. He's like, oh
Yeah.
yeah. Which leg is the painful one?
Yeah.
This
Oh,
one.
here it is.
What about how's that hip? Bam! Just
Now,
like
that
just
was the second time
fucking
he
this
tortured
dude
him
up.
when he
It's
had
like,
the
why?
catheter in.
But this is also like Steven is now he's meeting with specialists, and we're finding out that his gaps are getting worse because he'll be looking down and he'll be like doing his lesson with the guy, and then he looks up and it's the soccer guy or the rugby guy sitting across from him. And then he looks down again, and then it's David sitting across from him. And he's just like, whoa, what's going on here? You know, and he tells him, you know, like, you know what? He goes, you're just whatever it is you are, what drives you. He goes, that you're not stronger than me or better than me. And, you know, Lithgow looks at him and just kind of goes, oh, he goes, have a little bit of a nap there, did you? Like calls him out on his problem, you know, and then starts kicking the shit out of his fucking left leg or his right leg. You know, and like, and no one's gonna do anything. He goes like, "Oh, you got to watch out for those tables, Steven, when you're walking by him." Bam! You know, kicks him, and it's hurting
kicking him hard too.
Yeah,
like,
man.
It's showing you under the table. Like one of those kicks looked fucking terrible, dude. Like he got him like right on the shin.
He's just telling him why he's going to. You will swear allegiance to Jenny Penn. You will. And then Steven finally goes, "Ah!" Snaps out and throws all his food around, and then like, you know, of course David's like he's all surprised and scared looking, and they take Steven away like he's the fucking problem, you know. So I mean,
because he has a problem. He's a dick. Again, there's an old story everybody knows about the boy that cried wolf. That's Steven.
Yes, but it's not Wolf this time, you know? I mean,
Well, no, but he's being serious. But like I said, he just caused so much of a fucking ruckus.
it's like, oh, that's David. You know,
Yeah.
David's always been here. He's not causing a problem. Yeah. Well, then, you know, they take Steven away. And they're having like a little dance, you know, and like all the old people are in there. And again, it's like kids in like a kindergarten or first grade. Excuse me. And they're just dancing around. They're having fun. The
ones that can, at least.
Yes. You know, I mean, there's a couple catatonics in there, of course. Mm-hmm. And then here comes David with the puppet and everything and just turns it into a mosh pit. I mean, he is slamming the doll in people's faces, knocking them down, kicking them out of the way till eventually everybody kind of abandons the floor and he's out there by himself just dancing around, being a nutball, you know. And then he starts singing a song and has another asthma attack. And, you know, you can see he's staring at the rugby player again. So, like, Steven is smart. He finds, like, he follows him. Like, a rugby team comes in to get spoken to and get motivated before their big match. And the guy's having a panic attack. The player is, because David's staring at him through the window with the doll. And he knows that he's going to probably have to lick some asshole again tonight. So,
like a wrist, you know?
Yes, you know, so he's not happy about it. And Steven sees this and sees, like, he kind of follows the rugby player and finds his hiding spot. He's got a hiding spot down in the laundry room. And just kind of says, oh, you know, this is what you do. You're going to just run and hide every time. You're not going to stand up to him, and kind of taunts him and just says, enjoy your hiding spot, and leaves him in there. And, you know, that pretty much wraps up too, I think, at that point, doesn't it?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah. So, but you're starting to see the rugby guy and Steven realize they've got to do something.
Yeah.
They don't really know what they're going to do. I mean, it's funny. It almost had some Bubba Hotep vibes, like the in the nursing home parts. I got it a little bit here and there, man. Not the comedy. None of the comedy. Don't skip the comedy. I'm just talking the situations.
Maybe the way they treated the residents.
Yes. Yes.
I'll say my thoughts on that until I score this.
Okay.
Now, don't forget, because you got to remember, he talked to the rugby players, like, you know, people, why don't you say anything? And he's just like, you know, pretty much, I don't want to be seen as weak.
Yeah, he had a rep. I mean,
the pride thing, yeah.
But I mean, and the guy, he's clearly going around and he fucks with everybody. He just walks in anybody's room, takes what he wants. Like, he actually set up Steven, you know, he all hid some of the shit in his room, like pills and stuff that were stolen and everything. So it's you know, he's really thinking about it too. I mean, I don't know. He's just a fucking bully. He's a pure bully, man. Like David is. And so go ahead, FaZe, take it.
Where do we go? I mean, yeah, he finds him.
Well, yeah,
in the third act here, so it's
I guess you could say.
Go ahead.
Well, Steven gets his revenge.
Did we just go straight to that? Like,
well, kind of, because you got to remember, he steals a staff card.
Oh, that part. Yeah, that's right.
Discover that, guess what? Apparently, you don't have to bunk with people if you've been there forever. You get your own room.
Yeah.
And start searching through his things. Then flash forward a little bit. David's being David. Him and Steven have an interaction. He needs his inhaler. He pulls his inhaler out. Nothing. Hauls ass to his room, grabs another inhaler. Nothing. So you find out Steven was in there with his inhalers just.
Yeah, they cut back.
Using up his inhalers.
Just popping.
Steven tried killing him.
Yeah, finally fighting back.
And it almost works because it takes him down and he seemingly is dead. Like, he dies. David dies in the hallway. He can't. No staff anywhere, of course.
Well, one pops up in the background finally at the very end of the scene, and then he survived.
Well, at first you kind of get a glimpse, like you see Steven sleeping peacefully, the soccer guy sleeping. He's got a big smile on his face.
Yeah.
A lot of the female, the ones that were really getting bullied, they're at their crafts. They just got big smiles on their face. It's like a new bright day. It's the end
Yeah.
of Nightmare on Elm Street. It's all
They
bright.
make you think everything's good.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
they're
then-
totally like that at Nightmare on Elm Street, but
And then,
might be a generous comparison. I don't know.
I'm just saying it's not that good. I'm just, it's just they're all happy about it. They're all thinking it's over. The nightmare is done. David is gone, but he's not. He comes busting into that room on a mission. And let's see, what does he do?
Well, like the judge nods off and wakes up, and David's pushing him in his wheelchair, like
Oh,
running
yeah,
through the
yeah.
hallway,
Yeah.
and takes him into the rec room.
crashes
And
him.
just dumps him
Well,
on
he's
the
being
fucking ground.
pushed.
Yeah.
Like ran on the way. He's like, because he can't do fucking anything. He can't he pretty much just has to take it.
He
Yeah.
can stand, and it's about it. And then his
Yeah.
left arm is gone, So.
But as far as getting pushed in his wheelchair, 10 miles an hour, however speed it was, fucking, he can't do anything. Eventually gets thrown to the ground.
Dumped, right?
No.
So
Yeah, just dumped on the ground. Like, what
And
an
then he
asshole.
takes the blind guy and uses him to block the fucking door.
That's true. He took there's a blind guy and blocked the door. He was like, oh, what's going on? And starts
Yeah,
like,
'cause he-
fucking
he-
with the blind guy's wife or whoever it was. Like, or,
he hits her, yeah.
yeah.
And then he's
Well, he starts
Well-
like molesting her pretty much.
Yeah.
there's a bunch of chaos going on. Yeah, like
Yeah.
David was pushed over, and once he got fucked with and he was out of his medicine, and he wanted revenge, and now
Mm.
he was raising the bar the best to his ability, without being too, overly sadistic, I guess.
Yeah. It was pretty fucked.
It was fucked. It was. But he goes searching for Pele, the soccer guy, the rugby guy.
Hmm.
And he can't find him. He's looking all around. He gets back by the laundry room, and you're thinking, oh shit, if he's in his hiding place, he's gonna get caught, and they show him he's in his hiding place. And then David comes down, he's looking around, he can't see or anything, and then he turns to leave, and then the lights go on in the fucking room, in the little side room, and then shut off real fast. So he backs up, opens the door, and he's looking right at the rugby guy, who looks terrified, like, oh no, he found me. And he walks in, he's all like, oh, what are you doing down here? And then as he shuts the door, Steven breaks out from behind the door and tackles him. And they start fighting and wrestling, the two of them. Well, the three of them, I guess.
That's what you want to call it.
Hell yeah. I mean, it was pretty pathetic.
I mean, dude, it's
Which was realistic. I mean, they're fucking
a stroked out man and whatever's going on with rugby, dude. Come on now.
He had the bad leg.
They did what they could.
Could barely walk. Bad hip. So they start grabbing all these towels that are in there. Towels and, and they're just stuffing it. Steven's stuffing it right into David's face to where he's getting suffocated. And eventually David stops kicking. And that's, so they actually kill David, slay the demon, and go ahead, FaZe, take it from there.
Steven takes the puppet, takes her outside. This big fire, and what was that in? It's like some kind of what was that fire?
It was like a refuse burn. You burn your leaves and stuff.
Yeah, something like that. He
Yeah.
throws it into there, and the doll burns away.
But there was something. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of, and everyone's going to go back in and just have a good stay
Yeah.
now.
And
At some point earlier on, Steven learns that his problem's not going to improve. He may not be
Mhm.
getting out of there. That may be the best place for him, as they say. They even hand him a brochure that says, you and your puppet. Like, they're trying to almost like put him on the same path that fucking David got put
yeah,
on.
right. Creepy.
I mean, that was kind of like, okay, that's kind of neat. Obviously he didn't do that. He didn't take the puppet route, but So yeah, I mean that's the rule of Jenny Penn, and the one thing that did kind of get me though too, and my audience kind of all audibly kind of what was that when he was holding the doll in Steven's face and said, "Who rules?" And he spit at the remember he spit,
Mm.
and the baby's face turned mean. Do you
And
remember that?
Face turned
Yeah.
angry. Yeah, that was nice. I like that.
Yeah, that was
I
really
fucking
cool.
love that.
They never nothing again. I mean, it's
It's not.
Yeah,
They never did it
nor
again.
there. Whose brain that? You know what I'm saying?
It was cool, but like I said, it didn't go anywhere. It was just what Steven saw in his head. This is why I think he saw like
Yeah.
when the public got really big behind
Mhm.
David is
The huge head.
his the brain
Yeah,
damage.
that's all I could take from it too. But at the same time, god damn, man, if you're gonna go that, take it a little bit, man.
I know. Yeah, I have to
Ran
agree.
with that, man.
Make her look angry while she's getting burned or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I will say real quick though, at the very end of the movie, he's playing backgammon with somebody else, which shows that he's finally trying to socialize
Mm.
for once, and then that's where it ends, pretty much.
No, he's not being
Yeah,
a
he's
dick for
accepting.
one.
Yeah, he's no longer being a dick. No more Jenny Penn. No
And
more.
that's home. That's
No
not
more
home.
licking assholes.
No licking assholes. No more judging. Now I'm just an old man waiting.
Waiting to die.
The best I can.
It's-
Yeah.
It's very depressing.
It really is. I mean, especially, I think the closer you are to that shit, the worse it is.
I also want to mention there's that one part where I can't remember which character did it, but somebody very suddenly got up and started doing that chant, which is it's a very specific like New Zealand native like warrior chant.
This is the rugby player, yeah.
That was the rugby player.
War
Rugby
dance
player.
or whatever.
Yeah, he was doing that warrior chant, but he couldn't quite get it all out, and it was tough. But that was an interesting part too.
That was him
Especially for
standing
people
up
who-
to the bully.
Yeah, or making an attempt to at least.
Right.
But yeah,
But, I mean, so there you go.
Maury chant. Yeah,
The rule of Jenny Penn. As much of looking at a train wreck or a car wreck as I could possibly think, it's that. It's absolutely that. You can't look away. It makes you angry. It's disturbing.
it's depressing.
It's depressing. But it's incredibly well made.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Which
I mean,
is probably where
moves
we're
on
at
to-
now, right? Yeah.
Again, writing and direction, it puts us beautifully into that segue.
Yeah. Let's see. Boy, and this film was last year, right?
Yeah,
That
technically
is-
it's 2024 in New Zealand, so it's just it sucks because I probably won't be able to put it in my top of 2025. But
Yes, you can, because that's when it came. We've already said this has happened before.
for American release, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it happened last year with Late Night with the Devil.
Oh, that's right. You're
Yes.
correct. Okay, cool.
So James Ashcroft is the director of this.
Yep.
He wrote it with Eli Kent. And
Based off of Owen Marshall's story.
yes, Owen Marshall. I'm not very familiar. I've heard of that, but I've not. Can't recall actually if I've read anything. Certainly haven't read this.
Somebody mentioned he was in the courthouse as an extra, which is kind of neat.
It's probably the fucking plaintiff
Maybe.
or defendant. Yeah, it is released here in the States March 7th, so we're good.
Yeah. Cool.
I don't know what else Ashcroft has done, man.
Neither do I. I could look it up real quick.
Because I thought I saw that name and I went, "Oh, I've definitely seen this before. Like this guy has done something,
Coming Home in the Dark. Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire.
Oh,
he was
shit.
just an additional crew in that movie, though. He wasn't a director.
Not the director.
That's all that's on. Well, he was an actor in a bunch of things. It looks like a lot of things.
Oh, whatever. All right, James Ashcroft.
Smell my ass.
Kiss my or lick my ass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am. Jenny
The
Penn.
class. My ring light is too bright. It makes my hand look at the sun. Oh my god.
I looked around. I tried to find that. Just like so maybe somebody got a clip of it somewhere. No, lick her asshole. Lick Jenny Penn's asshole.
That would be really good for this stream. I want to find that now.
We will get it once it's released, but I mean, for now,
Oh my god, it'll be on Shudder eventually.
that'll be.
I want that. I want that on our fucking.
You don't like somebody says lick Jenny Penn's asshole.
Now lick her asshole.
Lick her asshole.
Oh, I want that so bad. You have no idea.
If we time it up right, when we cut back from it, I can hold up Elvira and have her asshole right in the camera.
No, I love Elvira, but not that much. God damn it.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Yep.
Oh man.
Well, anyway, writing and direction. Now, there weren't any supernatural elements to it. So there's the dark and the shadowy. Didn't apply here. It's just your typical nursing home. I mean, you can practically smell the urine and fucking mothballs kind of thing if you've ever been in one of these places. It's very realistic. So, yeah, I think everything looked great. And what they were supposed to do, they did. I think they obviously John Lithgow and Jeffrey Rush are two guys that know their worth, know how to do it, and both have been sitting out for a while. So this is probably a fun trip for both of them, I think. Go ahead, Colonel.
Yeah, like I said, writing and direction, no complaints. Like I said, I thought everything was fine, and being fortunate enough to not, have the experience of caring for someone who's had a stroke before. Maybe you, Zach, would give it a higher mark on the writing and the realistic portrayal of that. Like I said, I'm fortunate enough to be ignorant in that, field.
That's a good point. I would think there's been some kind of experience with this based on what I saw.
Sure. I can understand that. I really liked the writing overall. I mean, it had some clunk. I can accept that the bad security is due to just the staff not giving a shit. But they could have explored that a little more, maybe. They could have maybe explored the fact that there was no evidence as to why this lady ended up dead in the swamp, 100 feet away. I don't know. But then the movie would have been over 2 hours long, and then I would have been bitching about that. So
yeah, but they left a lot on the table.
There was a lot left on the table. Like you mentioned earlier, the Jenny Penn's face changing. I was hoping to see more of that, but that only happened the one time. It's just there could have been a lot more, but overall, I was happy with this one.
Did a fine job.
That doll was creepy. Every time they shot it, we heard some light source from behind, dude.
The eyes, because they had no fucking eyes. They just
except that time when they opened the drawer.
Yeah,
there was two eyeballs in there, and then they looked back down, and they were gone.
That's true. I forgot about that.
The fuck was that?
I don't know. Another thing they forgot to fucking go back and
I just think a lot of the Steven's brain damage.
Sure it means something. Yeah, I'm sure
that's
Steven,
true. The brain
probably
damage.
just his shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
That was kind of like, wow. I mean, if that's his marbles slowly rolling away, then this is really good, man. I mean,
like I said, that aspect of it was good because if you remember when he's doing his therapy, they had him do the clock. Well, you see the clock.
He wrote it.
He wrote it perfectly.
Right.
A little floppy, and then he pushes it over all smugly, like, And you look at it, it's just like a line of numbers.
And it's like, oh boy, that's like almost a heart-sinking moment. Like, like goddamn,
not getting any better. And then, like at one point, David tells him, he's like, "Yeah, I've seen this before." He goes, "You're 8 months away from that," and he points at the guy that saw.
Yeah, right.
Can't.
That was him being an asshole, but
yeah,
that's what Steven was probably afraid of.
Oh,
that's what I would be afraid of in those shoes. Jesus Christ.
I think Steven losing his identity as someone as important as he was
it was mortifying to watch it slowly go down.
To deal with.
Yeah. Speaking of, just the casting and acting is the next topic. I mean, we've already talked about Jeffrey Rush and John Lithgow and how they led the fuck out of this thing. I mean,
Nobody else had to do anything.
Not really. No,
Yeah, I
it
mean,
was-
even the guy, I don't remember the name of the guy who played the rugby player, but he did good too.
He was
but
adequate. He supported as he needed to.
Everybody else was kind of there. The woman that played, I forgot her name again, but the woman that got led out to her death.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that she could do a good job of playing just a lost,
She broke my
dementia-ridden
heart,
woman.
dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He was a dick to her, going like, "They're not coming."
Yeah, dude, I thought everybody was fantastic in this movie.
Yeah.
The acting. I mean, it was
She did
very
really well.
believable. Like you said, you had your two that chewed up the screen every time they were on there. But that's what you paid them that money to do. Like,
Right. I mean, all these people did a good job playing the roles that that they had to play in the nursing. I felt like I was inside of a horrifying nursing home.
yeah.
I mean,
Like, even the staff members fucking knocked it out of the park. Because
Yeah.
it was like I said, it was one of the few movies where I just don't think there was a weak link in the
Sure.
cast. Like, I can't complain. Usually there's one actor I'm like, oh, okay,
Mhm.
like they hammed it up a little bit, but no, this was solid all the way around.
it was very tightly cast, which helps. Well, you got any more comments on that, or
On the casting,
yeah?
I'm saying it was pretty. I mean, there was lots of background cast, but only a handful of actual, speaking roles that were important. So
I would just like to see behind the scenes the actor who played the blind one. What we're going to do here, just say, what's going on? And just look around. That's all.
Mhm.
How about the easy job? Push the button with the time. It is 12:35. What's going on?
That was a blind guy, right? They had that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could understand a blind person wanting to have access to the time like that.
It's just funny.
Can't tell if it's fucking 8 p.m. or 8 a.m. for crying out loud.
It's like, I'm tired. They're like, just go to sleep on set. They'll be perfect. You just-
damn, man.
But yeah, I don't know. I have to think about this one a little bit, but do you guys have a favorite moment? Whoops.
Oh,
I guess I fucked up the graphic for that. So
We
we'll
do
just,
that one, right? All right.
We'll do that under casting and acting.
We'll just call a favorite moment.
Favorite moment.
You know
Oops.
what? I honestly, it's so stupid. It's just like a dumb thing. Right when he first got to the facility, and his card, he's kind of pushing around. He's trying to get around the place. He's checking it all out, like identifying everything, and the door wouldn't open. And he just goes, "For fuck's sake!"
Mm,
I was just like, I can feel that, man. I was like, that frustration. I know that. I
Totally.
know that tone. So
mhm.
that was my favorite scene.
I guess for me, the one where I really got a sense of dread watching this movie is the scene where he nods out and he comes back and David's in front of him and he's kicking him. Like, that was a very intense scene.
that was a really good one.
Like, that one actually grabbed me. Like, okay, I was intently watching. Like, oh shit! Like, okay, it's getting fucking bad. There we go. Good job.
Hey, that was good.
That was really good. Yeah, that one was okay. I'm like, okay, now it's not comically disturbing anymore. It's legit fucking disturbing.
Yeah, I want to punch John Lithgow in the fucking teeth
Yeah.
now.
No, dude, no kidding. At that point, he was the villain.
What was FaZe's favorite moment? The cats.
I mean, the cat, sure, but other than that, I really liked when the Jenny Penn's face turned angry. That was definitely like a moment, a good scary moment. But I really liked how depressing this thing was, man. And just trying to just the whole slow burn of this dude's just like going from I'm gonna recover and get out of here to I'm gonna be spending the rest of my life in this place. It's just so horrifying and depressing. But God, for a favorite moment, I'll just stick with the Jenny Penn angry face thing, just because I can't pick a moment.
Mhm.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's that's a lot of it right there, man. It's just
Yeah.
the realization when a dude says, "You know what? This may be the best place for you."
Yeah,
Yeah, you don't want to hear that.
no. Well,
Mm.
we ready to give our final thoughts and rank this?
Yeah. Our usefulness for the aging dissipates a lot as we age ourselves. I understand this, but I mean that I understand people like sometimes there is nobody to take care of you. I get that. But the fact that this can happen, and it does happen in places, we've all seen videos of people abusing elderly patients in these facilities like this, man. And this is a little different, the movie. I mean, it's an actual tenant that's abusing other tenants, but the same kind of thing. The staff does not a goddamn thing about it, and doesn't believe anybody when there is a problem. Don't want to be bothered with it. So it hurts, man. It's depressing. It's could be a reality is really, really a fucking bummer. So what we have here is a kind of a silly horror movie wrapped in the hard stone of reality, man, of the end of life. And dude, man, it's well done that way. And again, because I'm such an old fart, I think I can relate to this. And I dread the fact that I'm 25 years from potentially facing this. So I'm going to give this a 7.5.
Damn. A little higher than I thought you'd give it, to be honest with you.
It's crafted well, dude. I mean, it's silly. And it's not like a strong horror fucking thing like that. But I get this. I get this in the way like we got the amusement park from Romero. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Same kind of thing, dude. And that one got me like right in the fucking heart, dude. And there are times here, you mentioned one, the kicking, where you're right there with that. So I mean, this is a good movie, man. I mean, it's just different, and it's not as sinister and dark as it could have been, but I mean, it's still fucking not right. It's very disturbing and depressing, man. So go ahead, Colonel.
All right. It's funny you mentioned the amusement park. Like I said, if you're looking at it from the aspect of, like, if I was to watch movies about nursing homes or the elderly, there's quite a few movies I'd suggest before the Rule of Jenny Penn. Amusement Park being one of them. Bubba Hotep. Even the Twilight Zone movie when they got the
Kick the can.
Kick the can. And I'm not saying this is bad. I just found those more enjoyable than this. Overall, though, like I said, the acting was really good. I thought it was a little too slow paced. Most thrillers are slower paced, but I think this one was just a little too much. Like, I feel like they could have probably knocked 15, 20 minutes off this movie.
Really?
Yeah, I just thought it did not hold my attention at times. It was just a little too slow. Like I said, personally, I would give this a lower score, but I thought the acting was well done. And it did pull on people's heartstrings. It just didn't pull on mine. I'm going to give it a 6. I'm not going totally personal on this ranking, just because I felt like if I went any lower, I'm not giving the performances justice. The performances were good. This movie just didn't affect me as much as it affected you guys. Like I said, the amusement park fucking hit me. I was like, damn. Like, that one fucking hit me.
Because
Sure.
it's exactly that.
Mm-hmm.
When that guy just wants to read that story to that little girl and the parents are like, gotta go. See you next week. God damn it, man. It's the exact same thing. And it's and that's kind of Iris, with family's coming to get me. Exactly the same.
Yeah. Obviously this blows like production value, acting.
Well, yeah.
Amusement park was fucking out of the water. But like I said, to me that one was way more impactful and like I said, there was so much they left on the table. Like, we can go this route, let's not do it. Again, I understood. I'm looking at this through the mind. Somebody essentially has brain damage. I knew that. But it's like, shit, like I would have liked to see them explore more of that.
Or more
Yeah.
hallucinations would have been
Yes. It was just,
a couple of really nightmarish scenes in there really pushes us into the horror realm. But I think the idea was to keep this grounded in that reality, though, to make it like that. That's what he wanted.
no, I agree. And I'm not, like I said, then they did their job. I enjoy thrillers. This isn't my style of thriller. A little too slow paced.
6 it is.
It's a 7.5 and a 6, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm mathing out the average like I usually do. So, got a couple scores in the chat too, and I'll do those afterwards.
Yeah, we'll get to your scores here, folks. Definitely. Throw them up.
Fucking,
Yeah, everybody who's seen this, throw us a score. But Tarek put it really well here. I love how utterly depressing it was. It's phase as fuck. And yeah, this thing is crank as fuck, but perhaps this movie was more phase as fuck because I do love depressing shit a lot. Like, a lot. Like, goddamn. This movie had me thinking about it after, like, you know, the night after. You know, it's one of those that sticks with you a little bit. And God, just during the movie, too, like, it made me really uncomfortable. Nursing homes make me really uncomfortable. I don't ever want to be in that situation ever in my life. Even if that is years from now and nursing homes become better somehow. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't ever want to end up there. It's like the last scenario I ever want to end up in. I'd rather fall in a volcano, end up in the ocean, and I'm agoraphobic. I'm afraid of the ocean. I'd rather be in the fucking ocean than be in a nursing home. So this movie definitely captured my own like personal like fuck this like feeling. I was begging to get out of this movie because of how uncomfortable it made me feel, and I love when movies make me feel that way. It's kind of a weird feeling where I was like, oh, I want to get out of here, but I don't because it's like I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this ride of uncomfortableness and uneasiness, and like I said earlier, the heebie-jeebies. Just this thing fucked with my head. I just, oh my God. And I'm getting this just uncomfortable just thinking about it right now. Just being in the nursing home, just like, no. And yeah, just being in no control of your body and then another person just tormenting you like that. Just fuck that. Just a whole lot of fuck that. So overall, I'm feeling very, very, very satisfied because it has been a very long time since a movie has made me feel this uncomfortable. I can't even think of the last movie that's done it. So with that, I'm giving this thing a 9.5.
Wow, man.
A outrageously high score, but it had that much of an effect on me.
Phase?
It's phase as fuck.
Lick Jenny Penn's asshole.
I think he just
I
did.
basically am.
Yeah, in fact, stop licking it, man. For God's sake, it's raw. After
That's
that,
a 7.6
man.
average score,
It's-
by the way.
It's raw. We now need some calamine lotion up in here, man.
Yeah, no
After
kidding.
we're-
Get that KY jelly up in
Jesus.
that wrist.
9.5.
9.5. Probably deserves more of a 9, but no, just the way it just made me fucking just sweat and fucking just like, oh, God. I missed that. I have missed that feeling from horror movies, and I'm so glad. I thought I'd become numb to that. I thought I'd become numb to fucking horror movies, that they can't freak me out anymore. And it's just a reminder that they can, and it makes me real happy. So anyway, let's get to some of these audience scores.
Crank didn't throw one up, did he?
I didn't notice if he did. I didn't.
Did he see it? Because I know usually he announces.
Oh,
that
yeah,
does.
he was
I don't-
definitely going to see it. I know he was going to see it.
He did not see this, actually. He was not
Really?
able to. Yeah,
Oh, he
I
was-
remember now. He was not. So yeah, Crank is not. I told him to. I actually messaged him
Yeah.
right after I saw it. I'm like, dude, Crank, go fucking see this, because this is like right up our alley. But he said he couldn't go see. It'll be on Shudder soon. It's a Shudder
Yeah,
production.
it's a Shudder movie. Yeah.
But anyway,
Wow.
I love this comment from Tarek. It was just a little too slow paced. the Colonel on a movie that takes place entirely in a
Yeah,
nursing home.
the irony of me saying that did not fall short. I kind of, I was going to compare it to, getting stuck behind an elderly person driving, going 20 in a 40.
Oh my God.
That's what that first act of this movie felt like for me. It was just like, like.
I remember there was a cat in this movie, so my high score is attributed to that too.
Yeah, cat. That's true. It would have been an 8.5 without the cat.
A 9.
Hmm.
And Rick says, for this film, I give it an 8. Mostly just to how amazing the performances of the two leads were. And yes, it's a big reason for me too. And my mom says 8.5, a -1 because there were no rats. So she would also say a 9.5 if there was a presence of rats.
Wow.
I don't know, man. There probably were in that fucking nursing home.
Out in the woods in the middle of the
Sure,
bayou or whatever.
They didn't bother bringing a fucking exterminator.
Just trying to read these comments.
Hmm.
Yeah, the people want to know Crank's score, but yeah, he'll provide one, I'm sure. I mean, if you're following him on Letterboxd, once he watches it, he'll put a score on there,
Yeah, probably be an 8.5 or something or higher for him.
Maybe.
No
He
way.
probably wouldn't have liked it as much as I did.
I don't know. I'm predicting he's going to give this maybe not a 9.5.
An
I'm thinking
8 or
8.5,
higher.
maybe a 9.
8 or higher.
He'll be back next week, BK. Don't worry. There's still such thing as a crank.
Sure. It's Crank. It's Crank. He's on assignment.
If there were rats, they would have shown rats. There's not always a budget. How easy is it to get a rat in your movie in New Zealand, I wonder? Probably not.
Had
I don't
the
know.
cat get the rat.
That's true. They had a cat, dude. You can't have rats when the pest control. Yeah, see, there you go, Lorena. Sorry, but my favorite animal in the movie would have murdered your favorite animal in the movie.
Ah, yes. Oh, there it is, folks. The rule of Jenny Penn. What?
Just gives me a heartfelt no.
No.
There it is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I knew I wasn't going to score it that high when I walked out.
No.
But I was
I'm being pretty generous there,
Yeah.
but I just, I said my piece.
Yeah, it's fine, man. That's
You don't have to explain yourself. Your score's your score, man. It's fine. I'm not going to give you shit.
the idea of a great film elicits a response personal to you. So yes,
Sure.
I mean that's absolutely totally fine.
I had a feeling you guys would be a bit lower, especially Colonel. I'm a little surprised you're as high as you are, Ziggy. It's 7.5.
Why?
I don't know. It's just you usually match up with Colonel more on these type of slow burn films. But I understand the performance is really good.
That,
Performances
and
are
I can
strong.
understand it being a personal level for you.
And a personal level, it probably.
I didn't
pumps it
quite
up an
catch
extra
that.
point for me.
Yeah. I didn't quite put that together either. My mom was complaining, you're not as old as you think you are, but
I'm not as old as I think I am.
and she was saying, you stop calling yourself an old fuck.
Well, at 53, I mean, in 25 years, that's like 78 fucking years old, man.
That's fair. I mean, I can't. I'm almost 30. I can't say I'm not anywhere near that yet. So I can't say why I have such a fear of getting old. I just
I hate even say I don't even want to be one of them guys that says it to the younger people, like that how fast it's gonna go. That fucking sucks. But what are you gonna do? We're just here for a good time, folks.
That's right. Especially when you have kids, you get a sense of your fucking mortality awfully quick watching.
I'm sure.
Like fuck.
Jeez.
Oh yeah, I'm putting it all on the line. July 3rd, going to see Tyler the Creator with my son.
Oh, you're a better parent than I am.
Did you see the
I don't know
prices?
her nickname, but she wanted to go. I was like, let me look at prices. I'm like,
She wanted to see some Korean band, wasn't it? And they're like,
well,
insanely.
what she wants to do, she wants to save up and go to see BTS when they go on their world tour next year, since they're all in the army. But no, she wanted to go to the Tyler the Creator concert.
Oh
And
man,
I'm like, man, I can get 4 tickets for Pantera on the Lawn for less than one price of one of those tickets.
Dude,
it'd be better probably.
$37 for lawn tickets.
That's it, 37.
$37, no problem.
Dude, they're like
I
50 here.
go look at these Tyler the Creator fucking tickets, right? And the back fucking row, the back last row is $277, dude.
That's what I told her. I was like,
Oh
you're
my
smoking
God.
crack, if you think I'm paying that much for Tyler the Creator. Like, no.
He says, I mean,
wow.
he wants like a new, like a tablet, like an Apple tablet and stuff. I went with, I mean, you can pick one or the other, dude, because it's about the same price.
Yeah.
He said he wants to go to the show, man. So it's like
It'll be a good experience for him, though.
$600.
You know, be a good chance for you guys to bond. I know. I was like, I don't pay that much money for bands I like.
That's what I'm saying, dog. I didn't go see fucking Metallica because of that.
I remember bitching last time since Metallica came to Cincinnati for very top nosebleed. It was like $100. I was like, $100? Fuck that. That's a deal now.
I paid less
Paid
than that.
$100 in 2008. Metallica on the Death Magnetic tour in the round, front row, $100. Got the show, got the Death Magnetic CD, and then they recorded the show I watched and let me download it the next night, all for $100. That was a deal.
Yeah, those days are long gone now, man.
Those days are gone, man.
I know.
Shit.
I went to Rockfest and it was only like 150 for my part, but I went with a bunch of people and shared a tiny little camper with them, you know, and we all paid for the one spot and all that shit. It was a very rugged camping experience, but I got to see 20 different bands. It was fucking awesome.
Even the festival tickets are getting outrageous. Because
They're crazy, man. But if you could get those deals and split them with your friends, it gets a little bit better. But they're like $600 if you're not.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I bought a 4-pack of Pantera tickets. I'm pretty fucking sure I can find 3 other people to go with me.
I'd go over there and
it's
see Pantera.
July 17th. I don't know, when is Motor City Nightmares?
Actually,
at the end of
I
July,
could make it to that. I probably will.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just know Pantera hits town July 22nd. It's on a fucking Tuesday.
We got the second night of the tour.
I think we got the tail end of it. Shit, I'm still trying to. I got to see the softball schedule, man. I'm like Motorhead, or not Motorhead. I've seen Motorhead. They're not touring anymore. I was like, Machine Head's coming to town April 30th. I'm like, oh, I want to go, but I'm like, fuck. She's going to have
Machine Head.
She's going to have a softball game that day. I almost fucking guarantee it. And I need something to entertain myself on that day. That day is going to be pretty fucking rough for me. So hoping to go, but it's just not. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. Don't matter. So yeah, I guess on that note, folks, just so you guys know, Game 1 of the season is March 17th. I will be on assignment for the next month and a half. I will join if and when I can. But usually the games are Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
I think they look at that shit and go, oh, Forbes. You gotta make sure that's Monday. Put all the Forbes on Monday.
Pretty much.
Cocksuckers.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Colonel's Daughter's Softball League.
Oh, hey, now. Hopefully they don't see that.
No, trust me, they won't.
Okay.
They won't.
So I'll be sitting in the bleachers with the other softball moms. So out of fucking place. Just like, but I'll be there. That's the important part.
Yeah.
That's all right. Well, it went by fast last time, and I
did.
think they got eliminated from the playoffs like a game early. You showed up.
Yeah, oh, dude, I'm telling
That's
you this
true.
year, I don't see any playoffs. They're going to fucking suck because all their good players graduated last year.
Yeah.
It's like a rebuild. I mean, shit, playoffs? We're talking about playoffs?
Playoffs?
I'm not worried about that this year.
All right. Well, that's cool. I mean, we'll,
That was one of the
That's not-
announcements. So, I mean, I highly doubt anybody's going to ask where the Colonel is. After
everybody asks
Aw.
for it.
They
like a
do,
month,
though.
maybe.
They
But-
do ask all the time.
So, you can defend them all you want. It's after a month, they might ask. But no, since everybody knows, yes, I will be on assignment for the next month and a half.
I never leave. I'm always here. So, you know,
I'll always be here too.
they're sick of me, but I'm not leaving. Next week we are at Motor City, Milwaukee HorrorCon, the first inaugural HorrorCon there. It's long overdue for Wisconsin to have a fucking HorrorCon. God's sake.
Right? What the hell?
So of course, Crank is coming off assignment to attend this.
He
I'm
will
sure
be
we'll get some footage that way.
right here, right next to me, sharing my booth.
That's right. We're going to have him right in the booth here with him. And, you know, FaZe obviously is going to be there. I'm making the trek over there. Colonel will be busy. He's got get ready for softball the next day. That following Monday dad stuff. So he's going to sit this one out. However, I think we're going to maybe Colonel pop in from Horror Hound the following weekend. He may.
It depends on when. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to try. I got the weekend taken off.
At least for a day.
I got a weekend pass. It just really depends on when the oral surgeon says, "Hey, we're going to take this wisdom teeth out." So, I'm going to go if I can. If I'm all fucked up.
Yeah, if you're all toothed up, you ain't going to want to walk around there. I doubt I'm going to be able to join you regardless, just because it's coming off. I can't walk away from the business 2 weekends in a row like this. They were already kind of looking at me sideways when I went, "Hey, I'm going to be in Milwaukee next week." Huh? How long? It's like for the weekend. I'll be coming home Sunday. I mean, but I got to be back out there Monday. So I'll be from my studio next week.
Sure.
Fresh from the Milwaukee HorrorCon. I don't know, man. I don't know what to expect from this one. It looks like they got, like I said, they have a couple. You got Miko Hughes, you got Felisa Rose, we've got Dave Sheridan. There's a few other ones. There's some good artists there that I've seen posted on the website. So I'm really excited for the vendor area of this one. You know, that's my favorite thing to do at a con, dude, is to go hit that vendor floor the first time and walk through there. And there's inevitably something you don't need, but you must have.
I'm going to be introducing you to this guy. It's called the Dapper Cadaver. They do the prop work around. Did I mention them last week?
You did.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm almost positive that if I've not seen one of their displays, probably at Days of the Dead Chicago, or at least at some of the vendors where I used to buy haunted house stuff all the time. So
there you go, boys. 2 weeks in a row, I gave you a push. There you go.
Now, you guys got to do me a favor.
What's that?
Oh, shit. Sorry, Elvira. You guys got to keep my long-standing bit going, especially with it being in Milwaukee. We all know every year at Horror Hound, they have that special beer, and there's a video of me trying the beer.
Yeah.
You guys got to keep that going.
I'll try the beer.
Because there you go. FaZe, you do me right. You got to do a good one.
He's going to say, "Lick Jenny Penn's asshole." Take a belt right there. That's the toast.
Now lick her asshole. Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'll come up with something.
All right, thank you.
We'll do
I'll
something.
probably do one for Horror Hound if I go, but it's going to be awkward fucking going in like selfie mode. Like, so.
It'll probably just be Spotted Cow. I don't know. Maybe they'll have
Spotted Cow was pretty good last time you came to town and brought it with you. We need to do another beer exchange. That Spotted Cow for some more of that Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale.
I'd be all about that, yeah.
God, I love that shit, dude.
Wow. So, yes, I suppose. So, Monday will be a full recap of Milwaukee HorrorCon with special guest Red Crank sitting in the studio right in town.
Special guest, our other co-host.
Yeah, right. The return of Crank. And Colonel will be at baseball, so he'll be on assignment. And but you know, he didn't go to the con anyway, so he'd just be sitting there going.
Pretty like I usually do. I go do con recaps. So
yeah. You can pet Elvira the whole time like you are now.
So you're like Dr. Evil.
Exactly.
All right, man. Well, let's wrap this baby up. Put her to bed for the night. I want to look at that again, though. What happened here?
What?
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Well, see, I didn't save it as a transparent PNG is what happened.
I saw it in the thing. It was the only one that was white. I was like, what? I thought I had it highlighted.
I didn't notice that.
Weird. I was like, I go, this will be interesting to see what happens here.
See, it was best kill, but I switched it to favorite moment, and that's why it's the only one that's like that, because I did it at a different time.
There you go.
And all the other ones were made already.
The magic behind the scenes, folks.
Right.
You
Real
can be
quick,
part of, yeah.
I'm going to answer Rick's question. I did try Dragon's Milk. Actually, when I went to Motor City with Zag and Crank a couple years ago. It was at BK's house. That shit's pretty good too. I mean, honestly, I think they're on par. They're about the same. What the fuck was that?
It wasn't
Nick,
Elvira.
Right there. You got to come to Motor City this year, man. And when the boys are up here, man, we'll
let me know when it is, because like I'm going on vacation with the girls the week of July 4th, and like I said, the Pantera concert's 22nd.
I think it's that last week of July, like 28.
That weekend.
Yeah.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
You know,
because that one's very obtainable. I can drive to fucking Michigan.
Come up for a day again, like you did last time.
No, I was up for the whole weekend last time I went.
Last time, oh, you didn't go at all last time. That's right.
Yeah, because remember we went up there and the hotel didn't have fucking power or water.
Oh God!
So we booked, and we had to scramble to find another one.
And my brother just walked in and said, "Give me a room." He went, "Okay."
And I'm forever grateful for that, because that is a superpower I do not have.
It's true. He did
That's
it.
so
Got it
funny.
done. But it won't be a problem. Whatever the case, we'll have accommodations. All right, folks. Thanks again to our final girls and guys: Christy, C-Phase, Lorena, BD, Alex, Robert, and Tyrone. Of course, the Crazy Ralphs, Bell's Fancy Creations, Dr. Smiley. The doctor is in. Raymond and the Whole Damn Enchilada podcast. Check them out Thursday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And finally, the camp counselors, Adam, Corey, Christy, Luke, Lou, Jimmy, and Rachel, Stacy, Lynn, Orlando, Chuck Shit. You got to say it, baby. Dave, Carl, Patricia, Kristen, and JJ. Well, FaZe.
Well,
you can start to take us out.
Yeah, it was a fun one, a very fun one. I really enjoyed doing this review. I hope you guys did too. It was a nice, refreshing one for me after the past few last reviews, especially after how disappointing the monkey was. This was definitely like the creep factor that I was looking for out of the monkey, at least. So I'm feeling more satisfied right now in the movie realm. I'm very excited for this convention. I only have to drive an hour. I have no hotel. I'm staying at my apartment. I'm saving a lot of money here.
This is some bullshit.
But yes, we'll see you guys next week when we talk about Milwaukee HorrorCon. Crank will be right next to me right here in my studio. That should be a good time. And yes, Colonel.
Yeah, I'm glad these gentlemen enjoyed talking about the rule of Jenny Van. Unlike FaZe, it's not knocking him. Everybody's an opinion. It's not a knock. I need that fucking horror movie to get me going this year, man. I haven't gotten it yet. The Companions come the closest. So far, I'm very disappointed with 2025. But fuck it, we're in the third month. We got 9 months to go. We'll see. And just don't get sick. Wash your dick, ladies. Don't smell like Scuba Steve. Use Summer's Eve. What are you doing? You'll fall. Sorry, she's being crazy. And I'll see you when I see you, folks. Go Lady Green Devils. Woo.
We're going to miss you, Colonel.
All right, buddy. Yep. Enjoy your time down, and we'll catch you on the other side, baby.
That's right. Well, I don't know
yes, folks. It's been a fun one. Interesting, different, but a pretty good one. I recommend it. Check it out. And especially if you're old like me, you'll be all depressed after you walk out of there. Won't be cool at all. But yeah, that's going to do it for this edition of Monday Maniacs. We wrap up the Milwaukee HorrorCon next Monday right here. It's going to be a blast. I know it will be. We'll make sure it will be. And, got the Morgan Cripps stuff booked already. So, I mean, it's all coming up soon. So stick around, man. We just getting cooking for 2025. It's time. DCS. So, for the Phase, for the Colonel, and for the Red Crank, who's on assignment, I'm Zigzag for Death Curse Society saying, now lick Jenny Penn's asshole.
Rock and roll!
Just in the middle of a dream, I was kissing Valentino by a crystal blue Italian stream. But I can't be late, 'cause then I guess I just won't get paid. These are the days when you wish your bed was already made. It's just another manic Monday. It was Sunday, 'cause that's my fun day. I don't have to run day. It's just another manic Monday. I wish it was Sunday, 'cause that's my fun day. It's just another manic Monday.
Hi, it's Kane Hodder. You're listening to Death Curse Society. Keep listening. Or don't fucking listen. I don't care.